You guys ready to go?
Am I ready to go? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the ADLR podcast. I forgot what the hell I was doing. I'm like, do I
You
have a
know
new?
where you
Yeah,
was
I'm
for a
like, do I have a
second.
new podcast? I forgot.
Nudecast, right? That's after this.
Excuse me. You ever have a podcast open up with a burp? First time right here. Anywho, I'm Anthony, your host for the evening, morning, afternoon, middle of fucking 4 a.m. if you're listening to this on. We got Brian in the building.
Hmm.
And we also got Randall in the building too.
What's up?
Nothing much. I just finished saving New York, so feeling pretty good about myself and my teammate.
Wait. Okay. Talking about Spoderman.
Spider-Man, yes. I ran credits last night. So,
I almost did.
what number mission are you on?
I didn't even know they were numbered.
When you go to missions, you can see how many.
I've never opened that tab in my life.
Okay.
Until now, I didn't even know that was a tab.
Yeah, in this. Yeah, it's like a one or two after skills or abilities or something like that. You've never opened it.
I've never gone past the abilities.
Jeez.
That's a lie. I guess collections, but then I go back to map if I need to.
You go the right side. So you just did everything but the thing that tracks
I didn't
your
even
mission.
realize that was a thing.
Okay. Yeah, so
The
we're gonna
last thing I got to do involves someone going to City Hall, or the thing I'm on. The mission I have to do is someone going to City Hall.
Mhm.
So I don't know how far I am.
City
from-
Hall.
That's what they say is happening. I guess I should say.
Miles is calling you to go to City Hall?
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you're at. Yeah, it's. We'll get into Spider-Man. What else did I watch? Something that I didn't talk about on here? Because I mean that the week in between. Oh, I guess they explained we skipped the week due to just how sweaty we were because our AC was just not here due to installation woes, if to put it mildly here. Right. It was supposed to be one and done Tuesday. That's what I was told. It's like, oh, we'll be done in a day. Bet. Do it Tuesday. You guys fix that shit. Get a brand new AC. Get, that way I'm not sweating bullets while I'm in here. Luckily, it was cold out that day and the day after, I think it was, here in Florida. So, like, yeah, we didn't have AC for a day or two, but it wasn't as bad as it could be, especially if it was hot as shit outside. I forgot to ask you, is the AC working for you in your room or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember, like, yours turns into a sauna the second the AC goes off, so due to the 7 servers you have on there hacking the NSA or something. I'm kidding, it's a joke. Just to put that out there. Yeah, that's the reason why we had to buy last week. I was not in the mood to be on mic and talking about any of this stuff. And luckily, I was blessed with Spider-Man 2 releasing, and I have 180 the mood here. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know, Ryan, what you do the week we passed. Yeah, right. That's my. The second someone's asked me, yo, what you do like 2 days ago? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I did my placement matches for Aki and Street Fighter after only playing her 3 times, and I placed Plat 5, which is 1 rank under where I placed with Marissa.
So Aki, you're gonna be your main? Does she fit you like a glove? That's why it was so easy to get up there.
She's really fun. I don't know if she fits me, but it's fun. That's something that I like to do, and what I like about characters with big buttons is with punishing and playing neutral. But with her, all her buttons are kind of caca at that. But she's really fun despite it.
Oh, okay.
But the complaint about Marissa, it's 180. Like my complaints flip for both characters. So what I like about Marissa is like simple. A wolf punish means they have this much health left. Big lady, I love her aesthetically, but the issue with her is that she's a little too linear, like too simplified.
Okay.
A lot of times it feels like you're doing target combo into dry rush into the big damage. With Aki, it's it's kind of like Testament from Guilty Gear, where she can poison people. If you hit somebody with certain moves when they're poisoned, special effect happens to let you continue combos, and that's how you get big damage. So I like that she has big buttons. She's really technical, so there's room to learn the character instead of it just being this. And her damage, if you land it correctly, uh, is massive. But the thing I don't like about her is the whiff punching thing that I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the whiff punching thing that I mentioned, and she
Dory.
she loses off rip, or like she's already a step below a lot of characters for two reasons. A lot of characters can do like a attack at the block low, and if they hit you with that, they can get damage off of it. With hers, her lows aren't really cancelable besides a jab, and you have to be like this close and knowing it's gonna hit to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna say the other thing is to get other characters damage, you have to hit people twice to access big explosive damage.
That's weird.
Because like you do your combo and you land the hit,
Uh-huh.
put poison on them. You
Oh,
have to
goodness.
cash. That's when it lets you cash out by exploding them with the poison to get the damage out of the characters. Get like Marissa
Mm-hmm.
off of just being able to whiff punish or winning neutral.
Can you juggle people with the poison explosions, or is it just does it
Yeah.
just okay?
But her combos, it's fun, but it's also very taxing. Like sessions with her are way shorter than Marissa. I can play for hours with her. It's a little less because it's your situational awareness has to be. All right, landed a hit. Are they poisoned? Are they above me? How did I hit them? Okay, this is what I have to do.
You have the fucking graph of potential suspects behind you, like it should be doing this, and you have a whole ass flow chart. I'm cool on that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just hit buttons,
Uh,
Brian. So it's not like Marissa's the winner here.
I like them both for the opposite reasons. I might what I'm probably gonna do is just stick with Aki until the wedding dress outfit from Marissa comes out,
Ah,
and then
easy swap.
yeah.
That makes
But
sense.
for now, it's nice to play like a technical, very situational awareness. You do something wrong, you're out. It's
I
like
think
one step lower than Dalsim in terms of how technical and how aware you have to be of every hit, and one mistake can cost you a lot. With her, it's kind of the same, but like a notch less technical.
are you? Do you watch the weeklies or stuff? Are they using her at all, or like
Some
people?
people are. What's his name? There was a ECT's Coast Throwdown was this weekend, the one that Elijah runs.
Okay.
No, sorry, that happened, but I wasn't really watching Street Fighter. I was watching one of the Street Fighter like CPT events for Singapore,
Okay.
and only one Aki made it to top 64, and his name is Hikaru. He's the highest ranked Aki in the leaderboards. So it was
Oh, okay.
interesting to see.
So was he pumping out stuff? You're like, I didn't even know that shit connected, or
Yeah, because for the most part, I'm still playing it simple. Like I can get decent damage, but I still gotta learn the most complex optimal. If this, then this is the most optimal thing.
uh-huh.
And that guy's doing it like I did this. Okay, now I'm a giraffe.
You're a giraffe.
That's just how optimal it is
Oh,
compared.
got it. Okay.
And I've been watching Diaphone, who's he plays multiple fighting games. He's good in most of them, but he does more so a little more towards the content creator side. And he does pretty good guides for characters like Street Fighter or KOF.
Okay.
I've been watching him stream because he's a little more simplified than Hikaru, who fucking for a character being out less than a month is a little too optimal already. It's kind of over like intimidating, but it's the same consensus I'm seeing. People are loving having a really good time playing her, but the things that I'm mentioning, they kind of reach the same consensus, which is like, do I know pro player? I have pro player knowledge.
Oh
Am I
shit.
good at reviewing things?
Are you top tier reviewer?
I guess. I mean, I am because my Marissa's and Diamond. I'm a top 11% player in all of Street Fighter 6.
Any more, it's gonna be in your skull now. You can't just push your glasses that far.
But
It'll be.
I'm less of a percentage with Aki because I placed Plat 5. So.
Got it. Okay. That's pretty good then. How's the
But she's
rank?
fun.
How's the rank life for you, Randall? I know you've still been knocking out Tekken. I've seen it on Steam. You top tier god or what is it? Tekken God Prime? No.
Second God, Omega or something.
Damn. What is the top rank?
Prime Omega.
Prime Omega. That's what it is. You get closer? Stay the same rank? What's popping? He don't even know. He did it twice already. He lapped. He finished it, taking out Prime, now he's doing his second account.
No. So what's been happening is I am running into characters that I don't normally play against, and before I used to be I didn't know the matchup at all, but now I just don't know the matchup 100%. So I'm still guessing a lot when I'm playing against them. But
Do you message them and be like, "Yo, stick around and you practice against them," or you just if they stay, they stay, or
nah, this is all ranked.
oh, you can't keep playing the same person? Like you can't.
No, I mean I usually do end up playing the same person over and over, but yeah, I don't message them.
I mean, that'd be a good way to practice, bro.
Um,
Slide into the DM. Hey man, I can't body you as fast as I normally do. Let me see if I can speed it up. And they'll be like, what? And then you go easy first to 10. And you don't have to worry about the rank being messed up. Because it'll be like a custom game, right? Or like a custom lobby.
I feel like it's like two reasons. Either one, I don't know the matchup, or two, I end up playing somebody who has bad connection.
That's the worst. Like they're using their Wi-Fi on their P. Is crossplay on Tekken 7 or is it not?
No.
Okay, so never mind.
Yeah, I don't think so. The thing that sucks about doing lobbies too is like the time between matches takes 7 years. So like let's say if it's just me and you, Anthony, in the lobby, we play matches. I think you set a set amount. You can't do infinite. It takes you back to the lobby, to then go back and then characters select loading, and then back. I think that's how it is.
I mean, that'll probably be. I'm sure that's going to be a selling point when they demo the game on current gen consoles. Look how fast the loading is.
The closed beta was this weekend.
I wonder if they've been showing that off, or if has anyone showed?
It.
And at the loading is on console, or
people are saying it's the time between matches is a lot better than what's Tekken 7 was.
Okay. That's something everyone's boasting about now, since you're on the next gen consoles. We can load faster since it's architectured in such a way so you can just directly access stuff from the GPU. What was I going to mention? Yeah, so the footage they didn't show. People who are streaming it, can you notice it? It's like, oh, start, and then just bam, it's there, or just still.
I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, okay.
I just saw people's thoughts on Twitter.
Have you been watching Tekken 8 run at all? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And that faster, what's it called? Cool.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, if anyone think if we go with the fighting game segment here, we can push it forward.
I'm still trying to make Omega before January.
How far away is that? Not January. I mean, the rank. Like how many promotions do you need?
6.
Okay. Do the amount of experience or Tekken points, whatever it is for the ranking, increase exponentially as you grow in rank, or is there always a set amount?
Yeah, it increases like the higher you get in rank,
the more points it
the
is.
The riskier it is.
Oh.
So like if you were like Yaska or something like that, you might have to win maybe like 5 or 6 matches before you rank up.
Okay.
In the same way, maybe 7. If you lose 7, then you get demoted.
Oh my god!
But like if you get to like Taking God Prime and you lose 4 times, you get demoted.
Okay.
So it's like
I see what you mean.
The weight of the matches are heavier.
So will that work with promoting too? Like if you're on a win streak, would it be faster to promote that way if you just non-stop winning? Okay.
But it's just that like once you get into those ranks, like
it's hard to get a streak
you have to
going.
be good.
Yeah.
To stay that rank, you have to be good because you have to win consistently. or you'll get demoted real quick.
Damn. That's too much pressure. That's why I don't do those rank stuff.
It sucks about fucking ranked and Street Fighters that everybody plays like they'll push you out of a wheelchair just to get a win so they can go up in rank. That's how they play.
Oh, so speaking of which, what Brian just said about somebody doing stupid junk. I was playing this dude, and I was about to rank up, and I was beating the living crap out of him. And don't get me wrong, he was good. It was just that this particular day I was on my game.
All pistons were firing, or all cylinders.
Yeah.
What is it? Firing on all cylinders. That's what it is.
And we would get to the round where I'm about to win,
Mm-hmm.
and like I noticed that he's not getting up, so I'm just like kicking him, and then next thing you know,
Oh,
the connection has
Oh,
been blah 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 blah.
then he just
I'm
disconnected.
like, really? Did you really do that, bro?
And
Just because you don't want to see me get promoted?
is that so? Oh my! So does it even count as a win if they disconnect?
No, if they disconnect before I get the last final hit, then I won't get promoted. So I go
Wow.
back to the waiting room, waiting to get connected to somebody again. And the universe is like, let's get you him again.
Nice. So you put in the
So
work
I get
again.
him back, and I'm like, well, if I start beating the crap out of him again, he's just gonna do the same thing. So I'm like, I win the first two matches, and I'm like trying to slowly beat him
Yeah.
so that the last combo I do is a kill. In the middle of my combo,
He disconnects.
he disconnects.
Yeah, I would wait. I would play footsie with him until like keep it close and try to play footsie with him because if he sees a combo coming, he's like, I'm probably gonna die. He's gonna disconnect. That's
So I
wild.
go back to the room again.
Wait, hold on. So you can't report him for doing that?
I'm pretty sure you could. I guess I don't know.
You should definitely do that next time.
I don't even know how to report people.
Oh, okay.
MK is the only one that does it right. Or somebody rage quits, it's called a quitality, and their head just explodes, and then you get the points.
Nice.
So the third time, I go back to the waiting room and get connected again with somebody. For the third time, it's the same dude, and the same thing happens. So 3 times, this dude disconnected on me just because he did not want to see me get promoted.
They should have. Yeah, you should have been demoted him. Not demoted. I'm sorry. Reported him. And isn't there a way to like? There's no way in game to be like, I don't want to play with this person, or just report after the match, especially. Like it doesn't say report player.
No.
That
Nah, it doesn't say report player. I mean that I'm assuming that's something you have to do separately.
dang. Dude. If I were you, if it's not, it's over now. But I would. That's why you got to keep OBS running so you can clip that shit, and then if they have a way to be like, yo, ban this guy or something, you have video footage. 3 games in a row and that disconnects right as you're gonna win. Come on. Right? That's not random. Like if it started, like if you fought him again and it happened like within the first round, like okay, he's having connection issues, right? But if it's
No, it's very obvious that he's doing it on purpose.
yeah, then I would have reported him the first time, dude. Or
The thing is just like I mean it does irritate me, but sometimes I think to myself, what if it's just a kid?
it doesn't matter. I don't care if you. What does that matter? Learn how to take an L. That's a perfect learning opportunity for the kid. Don't just fucking quit. You took an L. You take the L. Learn. What? I just looked it up. You can't. You can't report someone. It looks like. Yeah, almost the same thing that you just mentioned. Someone in the Steam forums put how to report someone. Just verse some fool who losing 2 rounds to 0 would just leave the game. Then my next opponent was them again. They did the same thing, but every time it would match us, they would have an extra win. This is clearly some BS, but there's no avenue to report a player for this question mark. The first response, you can't. I'm sorry, but there's nothing that can be done. That's wild, dude. Did they mention if 8's gonna have a way to punish players?
Say that again.
Is 8 technically gonna have something like a reporting system of some sort?
I don't know if they've mentioned it.
I haven't heard anything in their list of features.
Let's hope so, because that's wild, dude. Especially if it's as blatant as it is. Even if Street Fighter has it, I'm sure Tekken 8's gonna have it. Because I think you can report people in Street Fighter, right? Like right after the match. What do you mean? You've been playing ranked? It doesn't say like report player or something after you win?
When I'm doing ranked, Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
it is the most salty experience I could possibly have in playing.
Gotcha. So all you see is next.
It's either I'm tired of myself or I'm tired of the way these fucking idiots play.
The do anything to win mentality.
I hate that shit. When people play not to get better, to be like, this is the one tactic. Playing like a bitch is gonna get me to the rank that I don't deserve.
Whatever gets me the points to get to the rank. It doesn't matter
hate
how.
that shit.
I felt that way when I was playing as Paul. From the start of the match, I guess some people try to figure out how good you are, so they don't really attack in the beginning. And I guess my movement was intimidating him because he just kept backing up.
Oh, he doesn't know how to do the.
No, he couldn't play. He was like, we were both Yaska, so that's pretty high rank. And he like he can play. Like
Oh.
he was like low parrying, doing combos, all that stuff like that. But he was doing what Brian was saying, was just mentioning, like he kept going to his one go-to. So like we had 2-frame delay. He kept doing Paul's ultimate tackle, which is hard. First of all, it's hard to break that to begin with. But then you add the 2-frame delay.
It's even
almost
smaller.
impossible to break.
It's an even smaller window.
So he would just keep doing these attacks, like small attacks, and then he'd immediately go into the ultimate tackle. And it's like I might have like broken it maybe like 2 out of 6 times.
And that's because you were already anticipating it, so you already had it. Yeah.
But that's the only reason why he beat me, because I couldn't break the grab, and Paul takes so much damage.
Is that the,
I'm like,
is Paul the heavy
super
one?
cheap, man. Like, why?
Paul is Scotty too hotty.
Got it. That's Jack.
Like,
Never mind.
This is super cheap. Like, why? Like I felt the same. I'm like, this dude is just doing anything to win. Which I mean, I understand it's a fight, but like, yo, like we have 2-frame delay, and you're trying to take advantage of something I can't defend against, like in a fair match.
Now that you mentioned that, you have that data while you're playing, right? Like how much frame, the connection, and how much delay there is. So you can.
It's at the bottom left of the screen.
So if you have a character that you can cheese because of delay, you can just spam that move because you have the data. It's like, oh, he's not.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, I wasn't putting it together until now. It's my bad. I was slow there. I'm like, the -2 delay. I'm wondering, how do you know that? And I'm like, oh, it probably has diagnostic. Like it shows that. So if you have like, there might be moves that you have that they won't be able to block or anticipate because it's how much the frame data, right?
Well, as long as you block and don't try to attack, and you won't get hit, but you can't do that against a grab.
Well, so I mean, you have grab. Do you have command grabs or no?
I have regular grabs like everybody else. I don't have command grabs.
Gotcha.
Well, I have one command grab.
He was about to unveil a new Tekken 8 feature. It almost slipped. A chromatic grab.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, dude. We got you, dude, live.
It's not something that's like, like it's not even easy to do. And it's only 40 damage.
So it's not even worth the trouble.
Paul's grab is like, he like punches you 5 times, turns you on your back, and then breaks your neck. And it's like almost like 60, 65 damage.
And it's easy to do?
Paul's damage in general is high.
Yeah.
I'm still in if you can hear me, Harada, I'm in the Zafino waiting room. Where is she? You got 8 characters to fucking announce. I don't see any announcements.
Well, he just suffered a loss, so he needs to thoughts and prayers to him.
Did he what?
He lost his dog recently.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah.
Harada?
Yeah. I think I saw a post on Twitter, like he was saying goodbye to him or something on one of the tweets.
All right, forget what I just said.
I'm sure he's going through some stuff.
Why didn't you start with that?
Because I didn't know what you were going to say.
You just start when you mentioned Tekken, you should be like, oh, by the way, the dog.
Oh, well, now you know. So you know. So he knows.
I already demanded something.
Oh well. It's fine. He'll continue the video, right? If he's watching up to this point, has the nerves of steel, I guess, and he's gonna continue watching it.
No, he heard that, and he's like, "Does he know about my dog?" And then he slammed the table, and
Oh.
now she's never in Tekken again.
Oh no.
So I wanted it's your fault now.
I doubt that. I'm sure they're gonna announce it. We have until when? February or March? When is it coming out?
February.
You asking or? Yeah, we have plenty of time, and they're releasing character trailers like what every bi-weekly or something.
There's only 8 more characters on launch.
And you think she's not one of them?
I don't know, Anthony.
Come
With my
on,
luck,
dude.
I don't get characters back in the sequel.
You get them in DLC. That's true. You get them in DLC. That's wild.
With the exception, honestly, which is funny, is Tekken usually they kept bringing Steve back, but in 7 I stopped playing Steve.
Yeah. And I met and I spiritually picked Steve. I have yet to actually pick him and play him.
You're welcome.
But,
I mean, let me tell you something, Anthony. Those dodges, the second you do this, the sway,
yeah.
and someone and misses,
and misses. That's you're a boxer now.
You need new boxers.
Oh shit! My bad.
That shit is, and then that's why I played Josie in 7 because she had that, but she also had like kickboxing, and then now I just play Zafina and make gorilla sounds when I go into stances.
That's insane.
If she's not in, at least I have Nina with guns.
Yeah, her character trailer looked pretty cool.
And canonically in Tekken 2 in her bio, it says likes and it says Tom from Tom and Jerry. I'm not even kidding. And apparently she's actually Irish too in her background.
Well, that's why she's funny. That's why she likes Tom from Tom and Jerry.
So all I'm saying is if they don't give me Zafina, I'm shooting Major Look.
You're shooting? Oh, got it. I thought you knew somebody, like a username named Major Look or something. Like, who is this person? What did he do to you? Or she?
And last week, Bloody Mary from Skullgirls, the maid, she's playable in Alpha.
I saw I launched Steam today to see if I had any updates for any of the games, and it came up as one of the updates. I'm like, Swick? Sick is what I wanted to say.
Sad thing is I haven't even tried to play her.
I mean, why not? Why not until it's finished? It's almost there, from the article there, or from the update.
I just need to play more Skullgirls. I'm a sham.
How are you a sham if you've been a public dealer, like as if there was like illegal drugs of the game? Like,
hey, I gotta play it more, man.
If anybody from that dev team is like, yeah, Brian's a sham, we'll fight him right away. We have receipts of how many copies you've bought, and I'll be like, I need you to look at this and tell me that's a sham. And if they still say it, that's when we drive kick them into the next generation dimension.
I gotta make more time for that, and then I gotta narrow how many fighting games I play.
Why?
Street Fighter, I want to get to at least Diamond. I think since that's most likely gonna be at Evo next year, I figured that's probably why I've been playing that more than any other fighting game.
You said Strive?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. I don't know why I heard
let me
Strive.
tell you something.
What?
There's 3 characters left on the season pass that they started in Strive.
Mm-hmm.
The frame I see Slayer.
The whole season pass you're gonna buy again?
Honestly, there's a good chance.
Immediately the whole battle pass because Slayer's added.
I'm gonna panic. I think you get early access if you buy season passes.
Then that might be an incentive if you're trying to put in some lab work.
And I might panic and uninstall some random game I have installed. I don't know what it will be, but it's happened.
Oh well, we'll see.
When I got the Hades 2, like when they said, "Oh, it's coming out next year," the early access, I uninstalled Dead Cells.
Oh, fair, because that's gonna be the roguelike you're gonna be playing now, not Dead Cells.
Yeah.
I mean, still for people who haven't played Dead Cells, the Castlevania DLC, choice DLC.
Till Hades was
Hades. Right. Oh, back to you, I guess. I don't know why I wasn't gonna comment. You guys have anything else? I think I cut you guys off.
No, that's it. Mary, I haven't played her. I'm a phony. I need to play more Street Fighter and more Skullgirls.
Oh. I said I'm a phony. With 17 copies bought. Yeah, phony. The money says that you're not.
I think I'm actually higher than that at this point.
Oh, I just threw a number out there. I don't know.
I don't even. That's the sad thing is I don't even. I know I'm in the double digits. I just don't know which digits.
You got it for Switch too, right?
I think so.
Or was that Hades? I know I got Hades for Switch as well.
Switch as well.
That's what it was.
And I think I got Skullgirls, and if not, then there's probably gonna be a sale soon.
You can check. What is it? A shout out, I guess, to a website called Deku Deals, so you can check physical and digital sales on your consoles.
That's the one that hurts the most. Those, you know, that limited run games. They did one for Skullgirls for Switch, and
Mm-hmm.
at the time I was like, I can't afford to do it. It came with a vinyl and everything, and they never brought it
Oh,
back.
that's. I mean, you could probably get it on eBay. It might cost a lot though.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
Oh, you already saw? You already checked? How much is it? Like 200 for
I
the
think
vinyl
so.
itself?
I think, yeah, I think it was like 300 something.
Because most vinyls that I see that aren't in print and I check online, they're like hundreds of bucks, and I'm like, God damn it!
That's the one I'm like, fuck, every time.
Oh, I forgot. I need to look at your face. I need to send you a link. There's a shirt for a blonde, and it says "White Ferrari" in the background, and it's like a Ferrari on it, like the back of a Ferrari, but it's like for blonde. I gotta send you that
Send
link.
it.
It looks pretty cool.
Send it yet?
Not yet. I'll check it out in a bit.
I don't see it.
All right. What was I gonna mention?
So yeah, to wrap up, wish me luck, guys. I'll try to get Aki to diamond. So
I
can
don't.
be
I don't have. You don't
11%.
need luck. You just need time.
Wish me luck, guys.
Okay.
Wish me salt resistance.
Okay, I gave you that. I can see that because salt resistance might stop you from progressing there, or too much salt might stop you from trying.
Literally, Friday, I started preload Spider-Man,
Mhm.
and apparently at some point my console just shut off, so it never preloaded it. So I had to install it on Friday,
Oh,
and I finished. I'm like, Friday usually is when I play Street Fighter. And I'm like, the thought of doing ranked, I was already drained. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
yeah, like I can be. New York needs me.
Yeah,
We'll get. I don't know if you guys want to jump to Spider-Man or Castlevania.
Anthony.
Holy shit!
All right, so remember what I told you, and you can say it again and tell me if it was warranted.
What?
What I told you to do.
Got it. Let me look. Let
Repeat
me
what I
go.
told
I'm
you
gonna
to
go
do.
look up verbatim so I don't get it incorrect. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. Where the hell is it? That's not it. Was it after Yvette came here?
I don't know who I am.
All right. Yeah, it was. Bless you.
Thank you.
Quote, yo, shut the fuck up and watch Castlevania Nocturne. And question or end quote. End question mark. I'm here to confirm that is exactly the energy you need to right now for that show. That's all I can say about it. Like, it is absolutely worth your time. It's only 8 episodes. It flew by. It was one of those, like, I was taking a break for Spider-Man because I'm like, oh, I've been playing it for a few hours. I'm going to eat something and watch something and then go back to it as soon as I'm done eating. Nah, bro. That was insta binge. Like, especially if you haven't seen the first series that followed, what Belmont was the first one? Richter?
Trevor.
No, Richter's now. Trevor Belmont. This follows Richter Belmont, and excellent. The fight scenes are awesome. There's still shots that the environment, like even the characters they draw are like every time they drew Maria on her on like a single paint, like it's just her as a subject and like whatever, it looked like a different show. They made it look like whimsical and stuff, and the art, it looks great. Were you talking about the Countess or the head lady that you were like, oh, that's her?
Urzabet.
Alan,
The main vampire.
the main one, the god, the god that she called this. Okay, because I'm like, okay, I saw what you meant for the Countess, and I'm like, okay, and then I saw the low one. I'm like, no, I think the Countess is the big bad one. I'm not in your boat on that. I think it's the her subordinate, the one that's with the pink hair and stuff. I'm like, oh no, she's out here.
No, the other one, I'm like, they're talking about her this way,
Yeah,
and I think it paid off, especially with the Dio scene. When that happened, that's when I was like, Dio, and then she's
the
like,
world.
remember who's her?
Yeah, she was definitely. No, I'm not saying she's not strong. What I'm saying is like, I thought you meant like knockout. Look at her like, oh, that's baddie right there.
Oh, no, she's pretty. They're both
Yeah.
pretty.
Correct.
But still, I think original form Urzabet, I was like,
out here.
I pulled my pants down and turned around.
Oh, you're like, oh, for what? Was a camera?
She's on the list.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Got it. I caught up. Yeah, dude. It is awesome. The music's still great. The action's fantastic. Uh, they did a good job of keeping everyone together for the most part. So like, there's no like, there wasn't like, oh wow, this person's doing this, another side story. Like everything was happening very linearly in a way, but not. It wasn't boring. Like it was like we were right there, part of the crew as they were traveling, and shit was happening. Or was there? Did they never split up, right?
Yeah.
When did they split up?
After the first jail
Oh, I'm
scene.
so sorry. You're right. When the anime power up too, they split up.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. So disregard what I just said. It was just that's my only complaint for that show so far. For I think it was episode 6 or 7 with the anime power up. Everything else seemed like, I don't know. It felt like it was worked up, and then that power up, I'm like, that was kind of fast, right? It was like very Krillin turning Goku turning Super Saiyan because of Krillin kind of thing, where it was like bam, and now you have all this power. I'm like, that's wild, and how adept he was in using it. I'm like, okay, he was using it like he was using it as if he was been doing it for years. So I was like, oh, that's weird. But besides that, it was awesome. I highly recommend going and watching Castlevania Nocturne.
It was that and the opening scene. I just wanted Victor to say one sentence that he'd never said. I don't know if you know what I would.
I don't know what was the sentence
He never took accountability for it.
For
The opening scene of the show.
oh, I had to rewatch the opening scene again. I don't remember what you're talking about. I'm not.
It's a flashback, but they're still in Boston.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, that's. I mean, that's not spoilers. That happens literally in the beginning. You're talking about his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, not one sentence of accountability.
Yeah, and that sucked. I don't know. It's those are two things where like, oh, that kind of sucks. As a whole package for 8 episodes, only 20-30 minutes long each. Dude, that is the Netflix binge we miss, right? The whole thing's out. Let's fucking binge through it. It's definitely good TV. Great animation too. And a surprise guest. Oh my god. What an entrance. What an entrance.
I literally I don't know if you're in the same room when they teased the new Mass Effect and I popped off. It was like that level.
Like that was the last person I was expecting in that moment because they never showed any hints of other people from the different show. Like I'm like, damn, this is about to happen, dude. It's over. And then boom, entrance. I'm like, damn.
I didn't expect it to happen, but I was hoping there was a segue since I know Castlevania info.
But also the way they drew the guests in this. Oh my gosh, they were eating. Everyone was eating, dude. We're trying really hard not to spoil it for y'all. You need to go watch it. It's only 8 episodes. The guest appears on the final episode. And what an entrance. It's the frame you see said person, it was drawn beautifully. It's like a still shot. Cool stuff. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to spoil anything else. Go watch Castlevania Nocturne. There's obviously going to be another season. On top of that, that was a break I took in my New York Spider-Man minute marathon this weekend. Let's start. Well, Brian hasn't even finished it either. Do you want to postpone the spoiler talk until next week when you finish it, or? Yeah, I think that's best actually. But by the I think
how many missions am I away from it?
Maybe 5 or 6, if that.
Still?
Main missions, yeah. But they happen pretty quickly. Some of them are even just like I think 1 or 2 of them is just a cutscene. I think the city hall when you're going to is just a cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of them is, and then it'll go, hey, completed, and then you're like, okay, I just watch a cutscene. It's fine. I can review it without spoiling too much. So yeah, Spider-Man 2 takes place after Miles Morales. So Peter's back from whatever the place him and MJ went during the events of Miles Morales.
Symkaria?
Yeah, something like that. They're back, doing the normal thing, and then boom. I think the intro boss is Sandman, right? Yeah, you know how in the first game it's like, oh, something's happening, and you swing out of the apartment as Peter, and then you go right into the action. This is that, but it's Sandman attacking the city, and what a set piece! This game should be Set Piece Man 2. Each main mission, when it comes to an action sequence, it is it. We and I want to say right here, right now, this is gonna be a hot take, so prepare yourselves. They have dethroned Naughty Dog in set pieces, and I'll just say that right there. The way they keep the camera on Spidey as he's whipping around and shit's exploding, he's crashing through, but like, it is Spider-Man, like in the way I would have loved to see Spider-Man on the big screen.
It's even nicer when you don't have to do quick time events. I turned it off because I don't like quick time events, and it's even nicer to experience instead of being like,
and then hit a button. After I saw they added that in the first Spider-Man, I'm like, and it's Miles Morales, and then this one, that's the first thing I went to options, QTE auto completion on. That way, when it's cutscene time, I get to just enjoy it, not hit X to continue the cutscene. I hate that. So you're able to disable that, and you can just watch those cutscenes, how fluid it is. It is really good, dude. It is just, those set pieces are all memorable. When you're fighting Sandman, when you're going through, there's a, that might be a spoiler. Did you do any of the side missions, Ryan?
I've done every side mission up until the City Hall thing.
Okay, so you know the Mysterio one.
Yeah.
Got it. The Mysterio one's dope.
That's good.
Yes.
I didn't guess it.
It was a lot of things. Even side missions have like pretty cool set pieces, but the main mission ones are just worth it. It's blockbuster shit multiple times over and over again.
The flame one until the reveal.
Thank you. That happened to me like, because I ran credits yesterday, but I finished that one yesterday too, and I'm like, that's what this was building up to. I'm like, I don't know this guy. I'm like, I've never heard of this thing, and I'm like, what is this building up to? And and they never showed his name, and I never noticed it until the reveal of who he is, and I'm like, got it, okay.
Well, they say his name.
When? I don't remember saying.
Do you remember the first time?
Yuri.
It's the first time you're working with Yuri, and you're in a room that has a picture of him, and I think it has pictures of New York's outline, and then the other things with Oscorp.
Okay.
I think in that room, I think they say the person's name, but I don't remember it.
I'll have to double check. Maybe someone on YouTube recorded that. Maybe there's a way.
But yeah, normally in subtitles they always say the flame.
Correct, and that's why I'm like, I never heard of this guy. And then, sure enough, the twist is once you find out who he is, you're like, okay, I get it now. And shout out to the performances all across the board. Like, it got, again, I don't like the facial change for Spider-Man and MJ. I'm sorry, I don't. I like the old ones. That's just
I never
me.
liked MJ's face, but Spidey's he looks like an idiot.
Yeah. But the voice acting, what's up? Was that just me coming through your headphones, Randall? I think so. All right.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, then that was I just heard myself. Because your thing lit up and I heard a voice, and it was just me, probably. What was I talking about? Voice acting. Voice acting's fantastic. Pacing's great. Like I said, in between those action set pieces, there's actual cool dialogue happening on phones and stuff, and there's shout out to Harry's father, Norman.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher, yep. He's doing a great job with the whole relationship with him and his son, and trying to keep him alive and things like that. I'm not going to talk about the end. When you finish mine, we'll have a discussion on that, because I think the ending, I think, got a little muddy, and I'm like,
I feel like that at a certain point that I started to lose interest in the story, but I mean, I don't have the closure part.
Well, yeah, I can get into that then, if you're already feeling it. Near the end of the game, it starts feeling like not as much love has been put into the writing, or even like the presentation. Like like when I was playing, there was like quick cuts to other people. It wasn't as seamless as the transitions from like the beginning missions and stuff, where you would like jump between Spidey and Peter in a way that like made sense. There was like hard cuts and stuff, and I'm like, I wonder if something happened near the end of this, or maybe it was just a bug on my end or something. But then like some story choices where I'm like, that's weird. Like it felt expedited, if that makes sense. And when you get to the end, there's more that's revealed, and there's 2 after credit scenes, by the way. So once you finish the game, I think you can just skip the credits and it'll launch the after credits scene. So we'll talk after that, I guess. We'll talk more about the spoilers next week, I guess. From then on, mechanically, they added more. We had the gadgets like last time, but now they added abilities for us to use on top of the gadgets you got in the first one. So Miles has the Venom stuff that he's been doing. Like he calls it Venom, but it's not symbiote. Remember, like in Miles Morales, the electricity.
I didn't play Miles Morales.
Oh, you didn't? Well, yeah, that's when he got the Venom stuff. Venom, like electricity Venom. I don't. It's confusing now that Venom's in the game. Not spoilers. It's on the cover. Like it's on Peter's hand on the cover. So if you didn't know Venom was in it, where have you been? Right. The first game ends with Harry covered in Venom. Like
that's why I just assumed it was going to be in this game.
Yeah, like that. If you didn't, the opening trailer I think for this was Venom. Like the first time they showed it. So if it's spoilers, sorry, but we've been known, right?
I was gonna say, since he wasn't DLC in the first game, I assumed it was gonna be in the second game.
Yeah.
And speaking of DLC, I think the Flame.
It's gonna be DLC for this.
Story's gonna be DLC.
I agree. That can easily be done. Yeah, I agree. There's some other ones too for. I think there's another side quest that they might be able to do DLC. No, I might be bugging. Never mind. Damn, you just mentioned something I was gonna jump off of there.
DLC.
It was DLC, but something else. Venom. Venom's in this. The build up to it. Watching Peter change ever so slightly, whether it's small dialogues that he'll say as he's swinging by. Like after he has a suit, he'll like the casual stuff will change, and he'll say things where like, "Damn, bro, you ain't gotta talk like that." And then there's his dialogue when you're fighting bosses as Venom, and there's certain bosses he's like, "Yo, you chill." Like he is like roasting the person. It's saying some out of pocket stuff. I'm like, "Yo, you as playing as Peter, you're like, I don't want to play as Peter anymore. This guy is literally changed. Like he's, it's wild."
I think I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah. the boss fight with Scaly.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, why are you
beating him up on the wall? I'm like,
yo, chill. Yeah, like
that would be me. I would have stopped terrorizing. I would have been like,
yeah, like did I just say that? They do a good job with that. And a great job with setting up Harry, because we always seen Harry as like he's always up to something, but they took the time I think to show that him, MJ, and Pete had a friendship growing up. Like they cared for each other. Up until, of course, the symbiote stuff starts coming up. And you're like, okay, now it's getting into them. Now you can start seeing the changes. The arc of the Venom stuff, dope.
I felt that the ending part was rushed as well.
Oh, it gets ending. What did you
So, before he gets the symbiote, like right before he becomes Venom,
yeah.
I think that was rushed. Where they're like, oh, he really needs it. He walks around the corner. He hears what he should be told instead.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, okay, that was kind of quick to just do that.
And that's what I'm talking about. By the end of the game, by the end of it, we're gonna have a flip that I'm like, what? That drastic change happens again near the end of the game, and I'm like, what? So I mean, we can talk again, but once you finish it, I don't want to spoil it.
It's pretty much like when he becomes Venom, and then the ending of that mission, right after that, like when that happens, and from there on, I'm like, this is it's wrap up o'clock now,
right?
At least for the story.
One thing that I saw from the beginning of the game, that you go back to May's house, right? And one of the things that he finds is something that says balance on it. And that word balance is like littered across this in terms of game design, in terms of dialogue that's set. Miles is there to balance Peter out in this game. And it's done so well and subtly. As you see Pete going into the dark side, if you will, Miles is there doing, like, even by mission choices. I don't want to spoil it. Miles' mission is a lot to do with the community and warmth and like helping people, where Pete starts getting like obsessed with helping Harry, and the Venom starts to pick at that and use that as force to, sync with him, things like that.
It's the same thing on Miles' side, balance, because he's juggling the OG Peter Parker struggles with, I gotta get into school, I gotta take care of my communities, my mom good, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
what's funny is that like Peter Parker's my favorite Spidey, but in this game, I felt myself even playing as Miles way more to do everything else.
Yeah, Miles has a really good like. They did a good job of let's play as Peter in the first one, this Miles Morales thing in the second game, and then meshing them together, and then like it is that word balance. Like it did a good job. Like the missions you get for Miles, like especially if he's introduced with a villain that he hasn't before, like it's an old Peter villain, and now Miles is taking him on. Different perspective on that. There's an arc for him for letting go, and I don't want to spoil. I don't know if Brian, you've gotten too far with the Lee.
I got to. That's another abrupt cut that I didn't realize happened. It's still during the Venom, still during the Peter Venom section.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
happens a little bit more. I'm not gonna spoil it. There's an arc with the villain that caused his father's death and even May's death. Like that, like in your head, unredeemable, right? Like this guy needs to be. He fights with that and that balance of what's it called? Like it just balanced throughout the whole game for the most part. And I really, and it's just that it is just.
I like a lot of the takes on the villains that stepped away.
Oh yeah, I know
I
what you
think
mean.
they wrote them pretty well,
I think so
and it's
too.
believable.
Mm-hmm. And oh, we haven't even talked about the man, the hunter.
Craven.
Yeah, did you finish his story arc?
That's what I was talking about. From the ending of his story arc
Got it. So that's
onward,
where
I'm
you're
like
at. Yeah,
wrap it up because it's kind
yeah.
of getting meh.
They need to It's to result. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's they do it. It stays a little longer, and I agree. It does a little overstay its welcome a bit because that's a climactic end for the villain who started most of this shit. Just I think of it as like a what is the end part epilogue
The climax. No,
after.
that's the highest point.
Yeah, that's the highest point. Is
The
prologue or
epilogue
epilogue?
is epilogue's after the story, like the wrap up of the story.
That's kind of how I felt the last couple episodes, like missions. It's like okay, we still need to sort out this other big bad, but it's like a quick sort of and setup of something else. You'll see.
I feel like I mean I haven't finished it, but I feel like they had the opportunity to turn him into Ramsey Craven, and they played it to. It's a lot of promises that weren't kept with him.
Yeah, like he was
So
vicious
he
the
started
first.
strong,
Yeah,
and then all right, he's here. Okay, I want it to be when I see him, someone here is not leaving this room.
and it started off like that. Like he was
Hmm.
ruthless, and then he took out. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it. He takes out people. You're like, oh, we're doing that in this. This is not teen. I had to look up if it was still rated T for teen after Craven's End, because I'm like, wait, what? And
He needed to take more bodies, man,
same. I agree with you.
and on
Like,
camera.
yeah, he needed to be a little bit more ruthless.
So then when his story wrapped up, I was literally like, that's it.
Because I think the stuff happened that we didn't see. Because remember, there's a point where I don't know if you've gotten there. I'll wait to discuss story details later. Story, all in all, I enjoyed a. If you follow just the main mission, it is summer blockbuster with great dialogue, some emotional scenes. It's fantastic. Some of the side missions are pretty good. They did another thing that I applaud them for. In the first game, there was a lot of one side mission mini game garbage. Now everything's down. There's a lot of variation in little mini games, but there's like mini missions, but there's only like 6 or 8 or something. If you see the missions tab, you can see how much there is of each because it tells you how much you've completed out of the total. So you can like okay, so you only have to do like the only thing that's a lot is the spider bots.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, am I done yet?
That one's 42, I think it is, according to that missions tab. So that's
I
a
don't even
lot.
know how many I have.
The
I have a
rest,
lot.
the rest barely touch double digits.
I finished the rest of it.
Yeah, so like those are easy. It's quick little short stories that you go and do, and it's fine. So I applaud them with that. They put the meat and all the dope animation stuff into the main mission, so like that shines, and you can just play the main missions, and I'd be like, yo, you got my $70. Like I had a fantastic time with that story. The action again, the set pieces are dope, dude. I'm like it is very Spider-Man like, and it's by far my favorite action sequences. Like I've seen.
I think with this game, I think the first one, while both were enjoyable, I think story won, and in this one, I think gameplay won.
Yeah, I could.
For so far, again with the asterisk, I haven't
Oh
beat.
yeah, I'm not gonna spoil. I was about to spoil it for you. Yeah, the first one hits different. For I'm not gonna go any further. I'll actually spoil what's happening here. But yeah, I think I enjoyed the story of the first one more because it's a more personal story to Peter. Where this one again is balancing two different ones, and it's a lot. Like it looks like we there could have been more story for each person, But again, balancing. What are we going to release for this? Like the logistics got in. Like what are we going to release for this game, right? How was the pacing for all of that? Because it could have been more, but again, you're balancing two peoples with their own separate little arcs. Not little, two big arcs actually, and
I'm
how they
gonna
mesh
say
it together.
I'm gonna say this talking about gameplay, and I'm hoping if they make sequels to this game, this is the last time I see it. I don't want to play as MJ.
Thank you.
Stop.
I started off that way, and then I'm like, oh, they gave her a gun. I'm fun with it.
Even me saying it with the gun. Stop.
I don't know. Once they give
I
me
never
the,
want to play as her.
if it was the same sneaking tutorial as the first one, I'd agree with you. They added something where I'm like, okay, this is passable, and it didn't last long. Where the first one is like it's sneaking and it took too long. So I agree. That was cool, right? But I don't either. I don't like. It was fun to have her just shoot up the place with a modded gun that she just knew how to mod. I guess I don't. But
She says she had training from Sable, so we're Sable.
that's true. You're right. You're right. So she
Yet that's the only thing she knows how to do is tase someone.
yeah, because Sable was going toe to toe with Pete, doing backflips and attacking something. If you learn from Sable, you should be able to do some combos. Okay. Speaking of combos, they added like secondary motions to some of the movements, like your regular swing that you can do. If you time it right, you can hit like triangle, and it'll grab them before they go flying, flip them up in the air. You can continue doing more combos. Like
That's what I was doing a
yeah,
lot.
oh dude, like the combat's
It's
so
so
fun.
easy to get.
Yeah,
Literally just in the air all day, pull them, and then I had the buffs that mid-air damage is quick, so I just kept pulling them and just like 3-hit everything.
I did the same thing, and that's what I like, and I also dislike. They put a hint of builds. I need them to double down on it. Like it's just a pet peeve of mine. Like, don't give me a skill tree if I'm gonna fill it all up, right? If that's the case, just give me the ability when I level up. Like, you purposely designed what should he get at this level. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be. It's just to fill it up. That's come on. If you're gonna give me skill points, make a tree. Make me make decisions on how I want to play a Spidey, right? Not just hey, over time you'll fill it all up and you'll have everything. Okay, well, what? That's not my Spidey. It's just everyone's Spidey. Then don't give me skill trees. I don't know. That's a small pet peeve of mine.
Also, my nitpicks are pretty much. What was I gonna say? Like, I wish they went more as arcadey as Arkham, because there's a lot of times for a same complaint with the first game. As quick as Spidey is, you commit to things when enemies don't have to. If that makes sense.
That's happened to me. That's happened to me more often in this game than the first one. I'm not sure maybe what was happening, but I mean, it could have been because I my 30 FPS because I was playing in fidelity mode because I want higher
Actually,
quality
performance mode.
I wanted
Yeah,
higher
still
quality
having
ray
that issue.
tracing modes. Because it was single player, and I'm like, it's 30 FPS, it's single player game. I don't care. High resolution, better ray tracing effects. I'm like, I'm here for the candy. For $70, I'm here for the fucking candy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wanted the performance.
And
Still
it might have
having
been
the same issue.
It might okay. So if you had the same mission as that, but I was getting hit more this time. I'm like, I swear I comboed that. Oh, and they added parry, fam. I was out there looking like a Street Fighter character, bro. Just parry. I mean, you can't parry everything. And there was like, what is it? Like crush moves. You have to actually.
Yeah, the crush. You have to dodge.
You have to dodge it. Yeah. So they added more mechanics for evasive maneuvers, more options for attacking people. Combat got a little bit extra, like I mentioned. You can do abilities and the gadgets, and if you work out a system, one can refresh the other, and you can just constantly go back and forth. Your ability, if you hit a certain amount or something, can now your cooldown for your gear is even shorter. Or if you use the focus, there's a lot of meters to manage, but they all help each other fill the other one up. So you can have a crazy like 100-hit combo because you're just hitting people, using a gadget on these guys, using ability on these. Like, it's just super fun.
My game too. Quite a lot of clips I saved of how buggy this game is.
Oh, you had I didn't have them. The
One
only
time,
bugs
I was going so fast, I phased through a building I couldn't get out of, so I had to fast travel.
my bugs were like progress inducing. Like it's like you know how sometimes it's like when they're teaching you something new, where it's like use these buttons to use this ability that you just got. Mine did that, and it just did nothing. I hit the button and it's just like. So it might have been in a weird input state, so I just reload the checkpoint. And another one was another progress bar where I was going to open a door, and I guess I did it too quickly. Like after, because if you're in the middle of a dialogue, like that's pertinent to the story, you can't access stuff. You have to wait for that audio to finish and then continue on. So I'm assuming uh the next audio can like load up and no one's talking over each other or whatever the case is. So I might have hit it too quickly. So it's like, oh, you hit the triangle button, but nothing was animating, and now I can't open the door. So I was just walking around behind the door that I was supposed to open. I'm like, okay, well, I had to reload the checkpoint again.
It happened so many times. Uh, I faced a building I had to fast travel through. This one time, like sometimes cinematically to get to a new area in the story mission, you got to do the L2 and R2 and you go through.
Yeah.
One time that happened, and I paused it because I had to go pee. And I came and I unpaused, and Spidey was just floating next to a fence, just turbo twerking, and I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I have it as a clip in the intro in the tutorial mission when you start the game. There's one. I beat everybody up, and there's one dot of her enemy. Like, what's going on? He's in the corner, just running in a circle.
Oh no, you got some fun ones. I didn't get any of that.
My game crashed 3 times.
Oh shit.
Do you remember? I mean, I have to say without spoiling. You remember that section in the story where everybody's shitting on Miles?
Yes.
And you're fighting. At the end of that, so at the end of it, it just went to him yelling, and it zoomed in really fast mid like cutscene, and only showed the background, and the sound went, and I couldn't pause the game. Nothing happened. I only got that.
And you had to do the whole segment over again?
Yes.
That would have pissed me off. That would have taken a break after that. Because that's not a short, that's a lot of fighting. Like, it's a lot of fighting you have to redo again. That would piss me off. Especially since you're not doing it on easy, right? You're doing it on normal?
On normal, yeah.
Yeah, dude. That would have pissed me off. I would have been like, nope, all right, I'm taking a break. Redoing that whole segment.
Quite an experience.
There's segments there where you, especially in the main mission, where there's like a lot of combat. Back to back to back, just to wear you down, because, I mean, all the people you're going up against have goons. And they have a lot of goons. And this, they're like, let's push the PS5. Let's add a lot of people on screen. And it gets worse by the end of it. Not worse, as in like, it's just the numbers increase. There's points where they do it on purpose to like overwhelm you. And then there's just a lot of enemies. And you're like, oh shit, what? Like, they kind of push you, like, you gotta use some gadgets, bro. Some of those gadgets can hit multiple people.
The stealth feels better. Feels a little more like Arkham, but none of your gadgets are stealthy.
No, man. I don't know.
I like the stealth in this one.
It felt worse to me. I don't know why. It felt janky. Like I would go onto like a cliff. There's not a cliff. Like, let's say there's a sniper with like a railing or something. Like he's on a rail. So I zip to behind him and I'm like, oh, what's the button to just get off? Circle, he starts flipping over somewhere. X, he jumps again. And I'm like, fam, just step down. Couldn't do that. So I'm like, what? And I had multiple of those because you'll have like a side mission where you have to clear out bases, if you will. And I'm like, oh, there's snipers. I'm gonna go take them out. And I'll either make too much noise or there he is. Because I'm like, what? Do I have to walk slowly? I try walking slowly. I was just all over the place. I wasn't clicking with me. I don't know what it was. I felt in the first one it was easier, but this one was like, there he is.
This one more. But the one time it did glitch on me, it was, you know how you do certain rooftop things, you do 3 and you coordinate, and then you find the one location.
Yeah, that's right.
I went to one of those, and there was like a triangle of people that if I took this guy out, the other 2 would see it. And you know how this game puts an emphasis on make sound to distract them?
Yeah.
There's a guy posted up. Everything around him was glowing blue. I broke a bunch of boxes. He's like, he didn't give a single shit.
He's like, it's a rat.
I'm like,
it's just a bird.
I was like, guess I'm going loud.
Yeah.
And I punched him in the mouth because he's making me look stupid at this point.
Yeah, like he's probably like, whatever. So I farted. That's what that sound was. Oh man. And I also wrestled with the idea as I was playing it. I'm like, could this have worked co-op? And I think it could have. The story mode would not have been impactful because always, co-op always makes shit funny. Especially if you're like in the middle of a cutscene or something and like someone's doing some derp shit, like, or if you're fighting or something. But there's moments where you're doing combat and you involuntarily do a team attack, right? I like and I dislike it because if I'm trying to set up something to like get a lot of people and then fucking Miles comes in and goes, "Yeah, dude," I'm like, "Fam, you fucked up what I was gonna do just now. Like, don't high five me."
I don't think it would work because remember, this missions were only that person's there.
Correct. But I mean, free roam. Like you can do, because remember, all that's generated, like the a co-op session where you just go around doing your own, like only the co-op missions or some. I mean, it was designed this way to be single player, but I'm sure you could have designed it so like the only missions are together, and maybe you split off same mission, but you're doing in different areas of the city or some shit. There's bombs located all over, man. Like, and you split off and go do some garbage, right? I don't know. As I kept playing it, I was like, no, this is not gonna work. And then as I kept playing it, I'm like, what if it did, right?
I don't think so. I don't think it would work.
This was not designed with co-op in mind. I was hoping for like by the end of it, I'm like, oh guys, surprise, we had to go up. And then like there's a thing comes up like, oh, you actually play co-op. What?
Maybe like a DLC will have a co-op option.
Maybe, but as I kept playing through it, I'm like, nah, they designed this from the ground up to be single player. Oh, and I'd like to applaud them for the fast travel stuff. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, we've been having that with Riders Republic or whatever. Cool. I don't even use a fast travel. When you're swinging and movement in this is so good that you don't want to use fast travel. You know how many tech parts I have and all the tokens to level up? I got that shit quickly because I do not fast travel. I just swing to everything and like, oh, a car's being hijacked. I go do that. Anything that's in between me on X and Y and the mission, if it comes up as an icon, I'm doing it. There's no need for that fast travel. I applaud you guys for getting it that fast. I don't need it.
Fast travel for me was, I can't get out of this building, so then I would do it to fix my bug.
That's why they had it fast travel. They're like, damn, this fucking, we messed up here. We were going Mach 7 and we crashed into
I went so fast. It was doing one of those. I was in my bag and it's like, oh, catch this guy. I was going so quick and I whipped and I went in. I have to show you. I went into a building. It was like a bank. There's no one else in there but me.
Yeah. You're trying to make a
deposit. I
deposit.
couldn't get out.
Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, so I like that. I tried it like a couple of times the fast travel. I'm like, oh, that's pretty smooth and transitions pretty nicely. But fam, the movement you guys added with the gliding, I forgot to mention as well. You can glide because they added the wings that are in all the Spider-Man stuff now. On top of the swinging, and then you get dashes later on with the abilities. Like, why would you want to fast travel?
It feels so nice.
It feels, yeah, it's just what you feel like Spider-Man just swinging through, just like in the first 2 games that release.
I liked it with the costumes. Some of them have color variants.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that the amount of skins in this, the suits, cut like deep cut stuff I've never even seen, and almost all of them have like different color variants. Dude,
I stuck with 2.
Which one? Did you do Noir? I did Noir to see the 12 FPS thing, and it looks really nice. It looks awkward at first, but it looks pretty. After a while, my eyes got used to it. I'm like, oh shit, it's like I'm watching the movie.
I like it because those effects of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's a real life and one person clearly doesn't belong.
Yeah,
I like that. That's why I used the animated one, the first Spider-Man. I was using Scarlet Spider as I normally do, and then I got Noir. I'm like, so I have that on him, and Miles has the second movie one.
Okay, the Across the Spider-Verse one, yeah.
Yeah.
They labeled them appropriately so you know which one you're getting, which is nice.
That's what I use. I only have one that I don't have with him. I'm hoping it's with the fucking hoodie in the first one.
For who?
Remember Miles. But I doubt it is.
Did you? This is gonna be a spoiler, so I'm sorry if it is. Did you get his new threads?
No.
Okay.
It's probably what it is, because it says complete story mission to get.
No, bro. That's one of my complaints. He gets a new outfit and it just shows up. And then Peter's like, "New threads or something?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wanted a Miles Morales original for his, I'm assuming, timeline," which I'm assuming they might bring him in a future movie or something, because I have never seen that design. I think it's just for this timeline of Miles. Not a fan of it. And I just don't like that it wasn't like built up. And I don't mean like through Peter's eyes, like playing as Miles. I don't remember him mentioning wanting a new suit. So he just appears with it, and I'm like, that's weird, because they did it in the Miles Morales. They showed him with his one he made and how he got his new suit. Like, it showed him evolving and getting his own suit. This one was just like, here it is. It's like, okay, that was kind of like they skipped a chapter or something. So it was weird. The design's whatever. I just didn't like that it was just sprung up on me. Like, okay, well, okay,
no,
what the hell?
I've been set on mine ever since I saw the effect while moving. I'm like, I'm keeping these.
You're gonna have to. That's another one of my pet peeves. They swap suits on you depending on the story because it makes sense. So you have to switch back, and you're gonna have to do that with Miles when he gets the new one. I personally didn't like it. I liked the shoes they put on because he put on like some Adidas on, but the rest of it, I'm like, that's wild.
Part of me wishes you can mix and match because there's one with Miles he has Tim's on.
Yes. Oh my! And I laughed out loud when I saw the Tim's. I'm like, when was this? I think that's supposed to be his made up one from the Miles Morales game, but I don't remember him wearing Tim's.
I think uh I think I didn't play it, but I think it might be like when he starts because it's like basketball shorts and things like that.
But
So
I
maybe it's when he starts.
was thinking back. I'm like, I played that. I remember him having Tim's. It might have just left my mind. But I saw it in this game again. And I'm like, and I just started laughing. I'm like, oh my god, the Tim's are coming out strong, dude.
But yeah, I was surprisingly Team Miles. I was expecting Miles whatever Peter story, but the boy I don't know if it's like added affinity towards Miles because of the movies,
Oh, those are facts. It might be that.
or yeah, so that stuff and then playing as him. But I think just his arc in this was pretty good standalone. But I think bias, especially with the same suit from the movie,
Yeah,
I think it bled over.
that's true.
I like his kit more too, his abilities.
Yeah, his venom stuff is satisfying because it's like electricity and stuff. So when I hit someone, I'm like, you get fucking shocked, bro.
I like when he leaps forward, grabs your
Oh,
face, flips, and then you get.
what was I gonna mention? There's one line that was delivered so well, and it's by his mom. Did you hear the line "y con brillo"?
I laughed at it out loud.
That was that was a Hispanic woman delivering a line. That was so good. Y con brillo. And I'm like, bet, girl, I'll get you a suit right now. Oh my gosh. Everyone was eating, dude. Everyone was in their bag in the dialogue. It was fantastic. Yeah. When you finish the game, one of the after credit scenes, I think is leading to some crazy stuff. So
Oh, Jimmy Fallon verse.
Jimmy Fallon's gonna be in there. And that's it, man. It's hard for me. Again, I'm in the honeymoon phase. I just had a whole ass weekend playing it, and I loved it. Definitely think it's worth the $70. I know it's a lot of games are getting more expensive, but for the holidays, fam, you trying to get your grandson or let's get him a PS5, get him Spider-Man 2, bro. It is awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself. That's all I played throughout the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Gameplay is what I've played, but with a little bit extra,
Mm-hmm.
a little more optimized story. I haven't beat it, so maybe I changed my mind. But they took a step down. Should have wrapped up quicker, or just made some characters matter more. But it's still tolerable. It's better than the MK1.
I need to correct the statement I mentioned earlier. God of War still has the best set pieces. I'm sorry. Second place was Naughty Dog, but now second place is Spider-Man 2.
Which God of War? Just
Both. It's all one take. So you know me. Like there's no cuts. That's why I like it. But Spider-Man 2 has a lot of one-shot, like camera following Spideys as they're flipping around and doing crazy stunts. It is. Whoever was designing those shots or like the storyboard was eating, dude. Like they were like, let's show them how fucking crazy Spider-Man is, flipping shit around, swinging like.
That one story mission, actually, I felt God of War vibes from it. When person's being carried.
Yes.
Honestly, if they would have committed, I would have been like, this is game of the decade.
It's because
I would not have guessed that.
Me neither. That's why I was like, fam, this is not happening right now. And then they're like, it's not. I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah.
That would have been. I mean, that's a spoiler.
Yeah, we can't say much. There's some plot points where I thought they were gonna go one way and they didn't. Unfortunately,
they went the safe route.
Yeah, they went safe, and that's where I'm like, come on, don't be afraid, bro. Especially with the way we started this story with what Craven was doing. I'm like, oh, it's like that.
Mm-hmm. Especially fear is it balances one on the nose theme.
Yeah,
but so is fear. Look at every character
was afraid of something, and like, man, yeah.
And yet they didn't. They didn't follow the story they were telling, and they were too afraid to commit.
They're gonna throw something at you in a couple episodes, in a couple of missions where you're gonna be like, this is kind of late to be throwing this in, and you'll see, and you're gonna be like, yep, this should have been done earlier.
Miles is pregnant.
Yes.
Since I didn't play his game, that was another thing I was gonna say. I didn't play his game, and I got they gave you a previously on when you start the game, and then interacting with the characters from his game, they gave Miles the Tom Holland Spidey story. bundle.
I think so. They sure did.
I'm not complaining.
I was about to say, it sounds like you're saying bad, but I think that's a good thing.
No,
Like
but
his,
I was like, wait, isn't this just Tom Holland?
it sure is, but Puerto Rican. You,
Yeah.
you saw the Puerto Rican suit, the Boricua suit.
I had it. I put it on and I did my impression for a little bit, and then I switched back to the Miles one.
I did the same fucking thing. I just didn't make content out of it. If I was gonna put it on, and I'm like, nah. I did the same thing. I was like, hello there, hello, mira, cabrón, and then I just took it off.
And I kept making howling sounds and uncles on
Oh
the sound that plays like.
yeah. Holy shit, that's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. I just have positive things to say. I'm sure when you're playing through it, you might have some nitpicks and stuff, but
My negatives definitely don't outweigh the positives, I will say.
and I am 100% with you on that. The stuff I found negative is, again, dude, just playing. If you want to just playing that main, you can play that main mission straight on. Just don't even bother doing side missions, and you still be at the end going, "What a ride!" Right? Holy shit! It's not as exhausting as like it takes a lot out of you because you go through so much. It's high action, some hard hitting dialogue, not hard hitting, some emotional performances that are done really well against by voice actors that are just giving it their all here. But it's not like John Wick 4 where there's so much violence for 3 hours that you're like you by the end of John Wick Chapter 4, you're as tired as John Wick. Of all
from one scene.
Yeah, like you're like, God damn, bro, can you just let this man live?
The set of stairs.
Yeah, dude, you just get exhausted because like, God, just stop sending men to kill him. This one's like, oh my gosh, can we just stop with the mayhem in here? There's chaos that happens here, but that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to get into more, and then we accidentally spoil something. Go play Spider-Man 2. That is it.
There's no mention of Gwen Stacy at all in the first game or this one, right?
Unfortunately.
I shouldn't have this one, but
Oh yeah,
I'm
I should have
surprised.
answered that. I'm sorry, they did not. Well, it's
I
over
mean,
now.
I doubt at that point they would.
I should have answered that. My fault.
I don't think I like MJ. I think, like in general, I think I always liked him more with Gwen Stacy.
Oh, okay. Just let it out, bro. Fuck MJ, dude.
I think.
If she got a gun for you too, dude, that's messed up.
Bro, I never. When she said, "Oh, get that Sable training paid off," I was like, "All right, she's with it." I was expecting some kind of CQC and not just the same thing, but with a taser. I don't want to play as her.
So you did play as the third playable character then, the fourth playable character then, because you already saw. Never mind.
I haven't played as a fourth. Technically, yes.
The technically is what I'm talking about. Is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
The breakout from Oscorp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
I loved it. I don't know why. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so but without spoiling it, you know how there's a point where it's like, oh, come through this vent, and and it's like, oh, he might just squeeze through there. Just breaks through it. I started laughing so loud because I'm like, oh, yep. What else was I expecting?
did you do any of the finishers while you were doing that section?
Yes, I did.
I laughed out loud when he goes, and you actually hear the back snap, and he does this.
And he just throws it. Like, it's so good. It is so good. It is such a great time.
I almost put on one of the suits for Peter.
Raimi's black suit. That's what you're talking
not
about?
That one.
Oh, okay,
no.
never mind.
The one for his symbiote suit, but the last color, the comic book one with the blue and red shadow colors.
Oh, that's a good one.
I almost put that one on, but then I'm like, yeah, but noir.
I put on Spidey. They have Raimi's Spider-Man, the Venom one from the Spider-Man 2? No, 3?
3.
That black suit, and it looks really good rendered in game. Like, I'm like, oh snap! I put that on for a bit. They have a lot of good costumes in this. So if you want to, yeah, dude, it's a lot. They have a percentage of how much you have unlocked for each person. That's how many costumes they have. It's really dope. And that's it, man. We can move off this if you want. Randall, do you have any questions for us? I guess we've talked for a lot here about Spider-Man. For a lot.
You're freaking out.
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay. Are you sold, or are you already going to play it?
I was already going to play it.
Damn it. We're bad salesmen. Okay. Well, then, yeah, dude, you're going to love it. If you don't have any other questions, then we can keep it moving. Nice hour of Spider-Man.
I mean, we condensed my whole weekend essentially.
Yeah, man, dude, it was just a great ride. That's why I'm always cool with. Oh, this game's gonna take longer. Bet if this is what you're gonna come out with, take your time, fam. Like,
You know, like when you're playing as Miles and sometimes you're swinging or you jump off a building and he does the turnaround to the camera.
yes,
In my head, I hear and I let it play out until he's done, and then I start swinging.
yeah, I'm with you on that. There's some and those animations too are pretty good. I think it's maybe they both have it when they're upside down and looking at the camera and they're like legs out this
Yeah,
way or
they're
something.
like this with their legs.
Yeah, and I'm like, let's go, fam. Flex on them. I didn't do as much tricks this time. I know there's an ability that you can use the tricks to like recharge the dashes and stuff. I just never did it because the default.
Constant.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Especially where I'm at now, where my swing speed's maxed out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally I do the dash one, and I don't flip until I'm close to the ground, and I pick up again, and then when I see cooldowns off, I do it again.
Nice. Oh man, there's just a lot of cool stuff in it, man. It is it, man. I never seen a game jump to Phase 5 in such a commanding way than this fucking game this weekend.
I think that might be the 5th game I was looking for.
I thought we had this discussion. You already have 5 games. I mean,
Yeah, but I think one of them was just like a gatekeeping game.
oh, and goodbye
I don't remember
gatekeeping
again.
game then, because anyway, yeah, this was a surefire like gotta play of the year, man. You gotta play this.
Is there anything like massive coming out in November or December?
For gaming.
Yeah, I mean, the Mario RPG comes out next month.
I can check real quick.
I think I'm with no threat of Hades around the horizon. I think my year's pretty safe.
Yeah, with no threat of Hades. Let's take a look real quick.
November 2023, real game releases.
I'm looking Alien Hominid, but it's not a AAA game. Is that what you're asking?
Just like big things. I
thought November did have something that was coming out.
Persona 5 Tacticas? Oh, I might have to cave for that.
You want to play Jumanji? Wild Adventures?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Star Ocean?
Oh,
no.
RoboCop comes out, and people are enjoying that.
I mean, WarioWare. WarioWare Move It.
Not Move It.
Didn't even know that existed. Tales of Rise DLC? What I'm not gonna buy.
You don't like that series? Is that what it was? I thought you said you gave it a shot and whatever.
Tales of Arise was the first one I played. I liked it up to a point, and then it, like their difficulty is they stop respecting you hitting them.
Oh, I hate that.
It got to that, story got cheesy, and I just got fed up. I think I was right in front of the last boss, maybe. We were very close to the last boss, and I'm just like, I just don't give a shit anymore. I can't say it sucks, though. It's just not for me.
Oh, Alan Wake 2 for me. I didn't like the first one, but this, again, after playing Control, I'm all in for Remedy. I hope this gameplay is dope. But that comes out this weekend, so I don't know if I'll start this weekend now, but I do want to play Alan Wake 2. What else? November.
SteamWorld builds in December.
Then that's probably I'm waiting for that, because SteamWorld has had a reputation. I played a lot of their games already, and I liked almost every single one.
Look at my wish list of 122 games on Steam.
Oh, that's a lot, dude. I'm at 50, I think.
Oh, The Last Faith is like a Souls-like Metroidvania that comes out November 15th. But I think that's all that I got this year left for me.
Yeah, I think Alan Wake. What else did I just mention? Alan Wake and RoboCop and damn, I just mentioned it. What was the other game? Oh well.
I don't know. I might get SteamWorld Build. December.
SteamWorld Build. That was the other one. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna try out Avatar, an open world game from Ubisoft. So it's a nice checkbox game. You know how I like my checkbox games. So I'll probably try out Avatar.
Damn, February is gonna be expensive for me.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
already
games are
bought, already
targeting
pre-ordered
early.
Tekken. Helldivers 2's beginning of February.
Oh,
Something I
cannot
remember actually.
wait. Yeah,
When is Dragon's Dogma?
sometime next year. I don't remember. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna use the restroom. All right, I'm back.
You hear me?
What was it?
Persona 3 Reloaded, the remake.
Oh, and
It's
that's in
next year as
February as
well.
well.
Yeah,
That's on Switch as well, right? That re-release is gonna be on Switch.
probably.
I mean, that kind of JRPG is good on handheld, I think. Because it's like a
I
daily thing,
mean,
right? Like you go through each day as the kids, right?
yep.
So you can put in a couple days, like an hour or two in there, and there's
Good luck
frequent.
with just stopping.
Oh, well, I mean,
You
like,
could be different, but that Persona 5 both playthroughs, I was like, okay, let me stop here. And then it's the weekend's
credits.
over.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, but what happened? And it gets to the point where you're like, all right, this day, fuck, I got a test the next day. And then, like, it's going back to school.
uh-huh.
It's if you've never played Persona 5,
I haven't.
if you never played a Persona game, that was my first one. If you, I don't know, it's a very appealing JRPG for people who are intimidated by it. Because of how many hours you have to sync. I
That's
think
what
they do a good
usually.
job of making you forget.
That's usually what deters me from JRPGs, because I know the genre itself is like minimum 50 hours of who knows what, either fetch quests or a bunch of grinding or like a lot of crafting stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to do that.
This one's more like 150.
Damn, I had a whole ass hundo on there, huh?
At least
Okay.
that's how long I took. I think both times.
But I think it's safe to say this. I think Alan Wake 2 this weekend, and I think that's it for AAA stuff that's gonna be releasing for this Christmas. But I mean, you have quite the options because we had some pretty big releases this year anyway. So
Yeah, I have time to go through my backlog of what I already own and then experiment a little.
yeah, that's the beauty. I'm cool with that. I think Spider-Man 2 was the last big one that I know of, because I was looking through that. Was it Games Radar? November game releases, and once we passed November, even in November, I'm like, okay, I don't think we need to, like, Call of Duty's releasing, but that's not a huge release for me. We all know what that is. It's not gonna move mountains. The Like a Dragon game is coming out, but I mean, and maybe these new ones might be better. I might try. What is it? The first Like a Dragon that came out? Because
That one's turn based.
oh, because
This one's coming back to the action RPG.
well, even then, like, I tried to start the Yakuza series, and as funny and as animated as those characters are in cutscenes, playing the game, I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I don't know why. It just didn't hook me in any way. Oh shit!
Hmm.
Lake is getting DLC, dude.
Oh shit!
Let's fucking play that.
That's the one we get the mail lady.
Yeah, it looks like a really chill game. I should give it a shot. Maybe it is really chill.
Still gotta play it. From my installed backlog. Axiom Verge 2 I have to start. Citizen Sleeper, Dead Space. I waited until October to play. I've not started it.
Oh, there's another big game I'm looking for. The Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. You play as the dwarves, and it looks like a Lord of the Rings version of Deep Rock.
Oh,
So I might be checking that out.
they're
And
making an Adam Eve game.
oh, okay. I hope it's good, because that show starts in like 10 days, by the way. Invincible is coming up soon. So get ready for that. After that fucking short for Adam Eve, I'm like, if y'all putting in this much for just Adam Eve, this show is going to be ridiculous.
Are you caught up with Loki?
Yes.
It's
You're not liking it? Okay. It's been whatever for me.
it peaked on episode 1. Episode 3, I will say, performance wise, from certain character.
Oh,
Still got it.
he's having
But
fun with it, yeah.
That was about it. That was the only redeeming thing. I feel like a whole lot of nothing's happening for how short these seasons are. And
Mm-hmm. There's already a bunch of rumors on like what the secret is for what's it called, and I'm like, oh,
I
that
have to
checks out.
guess.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. The second you like, oh, let me think about it. Okay, that's probably the secret.
Should I say my guess?
But yeah, it's not. It hasn't. We don't know. It
Okay.
hasn't happened yet.
I
So
think she's also a version of him.
yeah, that's what everyone's saying. And it's like it's pretty obvious. Like Renslayer is probably just one of the variants of Kang. So it's like okay,
Which is kind of funny.
which makes sense
considering
because Loki had a
Loki
female
Sylvie.
one. Yeah, that's what solidified it for me. I'm like, oh, well, that's
Solidified.
yeah, because I mean, they made a female version of Loki. They could make a female version of Kang, which makes sense. And she wants to be by his side the entire time.
That was really creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. It
I
was.
was like, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
And I like the same way he should have done. I'm like, okay. But that scene also, his little monologue.
Yeah.
This man is talented.
It still says Hollow Knight Silk Song is to be the TBC. I guess it's supposed to be TBD for this year. If that comes out this year, that is probably the last big game for me. It's an indie game, but it's another Hollow Knight playing as that different character. I'm in.
I'm tempted to try this game called the Thaumaturge that comes out in December. It's like Lovecraftian Pokemon kind of.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of that. You just discovered it, or you've been looking
Maybe
it?
like a month or two ago, I heard of it.
Oh, wild. Okay. Yeah, we've been gaming. What was I gonna mention to you? Music. That's what I was gonna mention. The Bad Bunny album. We kind of talked about it in the Discord a bit. Did you listen to it?
Not yet. I listened to Drake's.
Did you comment on? Did you review it last time? Or was it just me?
I didn't. I don't think so. I think I listened to it after. You said something. I don't remember what you said either though.
That I had some. I thought it was too long.
Mm-hmm.
I think my exact words were he needs to learn how to cut some stuff. There's some track on there that I'm like, you didn't need this. I don't remember off the top of my head which one it were because I was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did like there's some tracks I did like First Person Shooter. J. Cole and him were out there just throwing bars at each other. I like that. What Would Pluto Do? I thought was a fun time. There's another track on there that when Drake's doing silly stuff on the track and it's not like breaking, if that makes sense. Like it's not like, oh, we're stepping out of the rhythm here. I'm like, okay, that's fun. And he has a couple tracks that does that.
I didn't give a shit about the one with J. Cole.
You don't like it at all? Like the instrumental, the flow, nothing?
I mean, J. Cole did alright, but
It was whatever.
I feel like the beat felt forced. Drake didn't fit it.
So that means you heard the Bad Bunny one.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
That's
the
what it
Bad
was.
Bunny one.
Yes.
If we would have cut Drake's beginning part out,
That would have been
Easy.
a fire track.
easy top 3 of the album.
Yeah.
But that part, I'm like, do I want to hear that every time?
Yep.
And it's not even like if it was just a phrase of him fucking up like that.
It was
Sure.
sentences, fam. I'm
Yeah,
like, this sounds cringe, fam. Like, but again, we're Hispanic, so it's whatever. But for people who don't give a shit, they're like, oh, Sam, he's in his Hispanic bag. No.
he starts saying like Italian stuff.
Yeah. It just don't sound right, man. They just don't sound right. Once you
I
stopped
heard
it, and
9 of them, I think.
you heard more than I did. I had like 4, if maybe 5.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah, you enjoyed it more than I
8.
did.
out of 20-something songs.
I think you enjoyed it more than I did. I only had like 4 or 5 on there that I'm like,
It
oh,
would have been more. But he doesn't. Even here, maybe some of these are going to come off because just stop mixing songs and stop doing the BOGO one. I want only one of these.
Yeah. That's my thing, man. Like, with some. Maybe it's on purpose, but cutting, we have to cut some stuff, man. Like,
Self-editing.
yeah, like you got to, man. You got to listen to it back, be like, no, this is too much or something. Like, you don't need it, man. There's other tracks that are like really good. I'm like, well, these collections of songs, that's a good EP or something. And then just, I don't know, man. Search and Rescue wasn't even in there. And I like Search and Rescue.
Single.
I like that. So it's so dumb. but I liked Search and Rescue. I don't know why.
The one Rich Baby Daddy, I have it hearted.
You're not.
The
That's not gonna
SZA,
stay there.
Sexy Red. I like the first half, and
Yeah.
I think once I have to keep skipping the song, it's gonna come off.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not gonna last long because I had the same until I'm like, oh, I think I didn't heart it. I just added it to my 2023 playlist, and then it came on randomly while I was working out, and I'm like, no.
It
If I have
gave
to
me
stop my workout just to go hit next, it's not gonna stay.
it gave me nice for what vibes, and then a part of the song I didn't ask for.
Yeah, and it just didn't stick the landing.
I think my top 3 are clear for this out of the 8. I don't know the order yet.
Do I?
I lied. I know the order.
Wow.
I just looked at them again. This is gonna sound like a meme,
Uh-huh.
but this is truly, I think, my favorite one out of the 3. All the parties with Chief Keef.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna be an easy one with you. I have all the parties on mine as well. That one was
That shit is.
really nice.
The only thing I'm upset about, Chief Keef didn't have a whole verse.
He was just in
setup.
the.
He had the setup, I guess, half a verse, and then they took him out.
I know, but it still seemed like his energy was throughout the track. That's why I kind of kept it because it's still like it's aggressive, right? So I'm like, I think he might have not only said a couple of things, but it sounds like he was part of it. That makes sense.
Be a smarty.
Yeah.
Even Drake saying it like that, I'm like, that's the key.
That's key. That's what I'm saying. The energy it travels. For me, it's definitely that. All the parties, 8 a.m. in Charlotte, and
that's my second one.
8 a.m. in Charlotte.
That's my second one, yeah.
And then
what's your third one?
Drew a Picasso.
No.
Which one did you pick?
Members Only.
Oh, that is a good track too.
It's nice hearing Party Next Door back and Party Next Door vibe.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that Party Next Door is alive.
That's true. I don't know. Maybe he's been dropping projects and it hasn't come up because I don't think I follow him on Tidal or anything. But
yeah, he's right. He writes for other people, so maybe that's what he's been focusing on. But
okay. But it was cool. It was definitely nice to hear him again. I'm like, okay, maybe he's working on something.
Very close fourth, Away From Home.
I don't think
remember when, and then he keeps going on a tangent.
I don't think I added that to my likes on that one. I mean, look, I don't think so. I don't believe so.
I've said it multiple times.
I didn't.
I usually don't like Drake albums.
Yeah.
He usually has songs on there those are the 3 that I feel passionate enough about. A lot of times with him too, some songs grow on you.
That happens to me every single project. I'm like, this one's okay, and then I'll happen to hear it again because TikTok or something, and a chorus or a verse starts getting in my head. And I'm like, okay, like it's in my head. It's like a bug, and I'm like, of course it grew on me, which is fine. That happens. But I think the reason I don't like full Drake project is because, again, I think there's stuff to be cut. Like if he, I don't want to challenge him. Like, try doing an EP next. Like, do less than maybe do a 40-minute project next time, right? And see what that comes out with, right? Like now you have to be like, oh, I'm stuck on a time limit. Let me make sure each second here counts, right?
The last almost full album I liked from him was Take Care, I think.
Damn. I think for me it might have been the one with the blue sky and it's his face sideways.
Views? No, if you're reading this, it's too late. No, sorry, Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing Was the Same. I think that's the one that I liked because there's a lot of good ones on there. That's the one with the Jay-Z one as well. Pound Cake.
Another song. I don't like the last half. I know that's blasphemous here. But
well, because it switches up. The energy kind of switches up as soon as Jay gets on the mic there. So
very few people that are batting that they can land the double song that's chef's kiss. Frank did it twice. Easy mode.
Thank you for reminding me. I heard. Did you hear Omar's? Yes.
2 times. I heard it. I heard it under Bell Bev DeVoe's. I had some bevies on the weekend, and I'm like, diablo.
Did not tell you it was Frank Ocean almost the entire project, dude.
So then, what was it? Yesterday while working out, I'm like, let me see sober how this hits. And I'm like, nope, it's still the same.
It's still thing. Good. I liked all of it, all the tracks.
Yeah, except for Hard.
Ice Slipping was a great intro to it. Like it was so Frank. It was. I didn't even hear the single. It was.
So after his album, he dropped 3 Boys.
Yeah.
Which I liked. Then Ice Slipping was a single, and then after Ice Slipping, he dropped this.
Yeah. Like when I heard it, I'm like, Brian's gonna love this. I don't have to listen to the rest of this project. That first track had had Ocean's cadence, had the way he does his instrumentals. Like I'm like, after you told me they were together, they probably were together. I'm like, I hear it here in this track. I hear everything you just said confirmed because it's not a bad thing, by the way, Omar. It sounds great. Ice Slippin' is my favorite track on there.
Yeah. Even as a single, I heard Three Boys. I mean, I don't roll that way, but that doesn't matter. I'm a Frank Ocean. You can say whatever you want. If the song makes you feel away, it feels away. Three Boys hits I Slippin' as a single. I still remember when I heard it. I put new releases for me, and I was doing cardio, and I came on. And I was just like, I wasn't even on Earth anymore.
Oh, he was fucking floating. He was like Janelle Monáe. He was just floating.
I don't like that song.
Oh damn, you. I love, especially when it comes on in when I'm working out. I'm floating. I'm like, oh, I'm getting aggressive now. What's the damn weight at? I'm floating.
I love Janelle Monáe, but I don't like that song.
But yeah, review. It's Live for me. Awesome EP, dude. I enjoyed all 4 of those tracks.
If I had to pick what came in 4th place, it might be Angel.
I'm with you on that because Live for me is good and Pilot's really good too. Yes.
I Slippin', Pilot, Live for me, Angel for me, but I mean, heart of them all.
Oh, after marathoning Steven Sanchez's project, I finally got my top 3, and it's definitely what is it?
In order?
In order doesn't do me any good. Be More and Evangeline. That was like after like I what I did is this how crazy methodical I started doing this because I'm like I gotta keep listening to this album, so I just put the whole album playing, right, and then I'm like, okay, what are the songs that I hearted, put that into playlists, right, called just like Angel Face or something. What did I call it? Angel Face Faves, right? And then as I kept replaying that playlist, I'm like, this one can drop, this one can drop, this one, until I had 3, and those were the 3 that I had, and then from there, like I had to sort these out.
I think same 3 different order.
Oh, really? What do you like more than doesn't do you any good? Be More?
Be More, yeah. Evangeline doesn't do me any good.
What? 3rd? With the fucking solo at the end?
I mean, Be More, he doesn't say, he just starts moaning. He doesn't even say words anymore.
This would be more, then I might be mixing them up. I thought doesn't do me any good.
You like the one where he does that at the beginning of the chorus, but Be More, he does it for like quite.
No, I'm talking about the end. It's just guitar. It's just instrumentals. I thought it was doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, just the guitar solo.
Yeah, at the end
doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, but I'm like, I remember.
I'm talking about the singing.
Yeah, the singing. You know why I like them. That drop of instrumental, let him hit high pitch and then smoothly go in with the every time I'm in the I'm sure my neighbors know that I like Steven Sanchez at this point. I'm in the garage with the thing kind of open and that thing's blasting. Holy shit.
For a good portion of this year, Q's album, uncontested #1.
I did the same thing with that. Today and Stereo Driver are now the 2 that I listen to for that album. The rest are all good, but like what I make sure does not get skipped is those 2.
What's your 3?
Oh my god! Hold on.
I gotta actually remember what I hearted, just to make sure. 2 of them are solidified. I'm trying to remember.
Love. I know what I know. Love. Parentheses. I know what. I know. I want this for real. I know I want this for real.
That's your 3rd?
Yeah. Top 3, bro. Q's out here. Oh, then speaking of which, the Hello single he dropped. We don't have to. I
didn't listen to it.
What?
I forgot about it.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in for a treat.
What is my 3rd?
I don't know. You tell me what your 3rd is.
So what is your order?
Today, Stereo Driver, and Love.
We share 1.
The same spot?
Where did you put Stereo Driver?
2nd.
Yeah, 2nd spot.
Sick.
Incapable Heart, Stereo Driver, so.
Oh, nice. Those are good picks. That whole project, dude. This Phase 5 is going to be pretty tough because there's some good projects coming out.
I'm already overflowing.
Same. I have more than 5 that I want to shut out when it comes time. So we'll see how that goes.
What's funny is I think my favorite song, it dropped as the single last year, but he put it into a project.
I love when
So I'm
that
pretty sure my
happens.
favorite song is still the same this
The
year.
Provenza from Carol G.
No,
Okay, because that's
but
one
that
of
counts.
mine. When I saw her put in the album, I'm like, yes, 2 years in a row. I'm kidding. There's other tracks that I for this year enjoy. Like Paramore's album, This Is Why, is also really good. Post Malone's Austin, I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, Jesse Ware.
Jesse Ware, yeah. I already mentioned Carol
I
G.
mean,
Steven Sanchez.
SG Lewis was this year.
That's true.
I mean, Joseph is this year.
Yeah. Bad Bunny as well, but not Channel 3. I liked his project, Real Culture Shit. Bunch of dance mixes.
I don't know
Oh,
if I heard it.
Jungle. That project Jungle is awesome. There's like music video for each song, and I know because I watched all of it with Janyana when she was going through YouTube Music or like YouTube music videos.
Tails album was good too.
Oh, Gorillas,
I don't
Cracker
know if you
Island.
heard it.
Which one?
Tails album.
I don't think.
Teo.
Teo.
Yeah.
They said Tails. I'm like,
No,
what the fuck is Tails? Yeah, I heard Tails.
you didn't like it.
I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I heard the whole out project. I'm like, okay, I'm fucks with this. I didn't,
liked
but
it.
I didn't add the collection. Is it liked or add the collection? It's my collection. I didn't add any to my collection.
You didn't even add this cover of Beso Mucho.
I did not. Again, I liked it. I just did not.
Psycho bitch.
You're being a psycho bitch. Holy crap! If you haven't listened to,
Terrace Martin's album too. Fine Tune.
I haven't heard that yet. What was I gonna mention? Oh my gosh, what was I about to tell you, dude?
You're pregnant.
Guts, as well.
Oh, you have your 3.
Oh no, I haven't gotten 3. I just that project I need to start dwindling down and listen to it more. What was the other?
I have my 1. I have my clear number 1 for it, but
For
I don't
Guts?
know the other 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not the singles. There's I think stronger stuff. Maybe Vampire hits top 3.
That chorus let me down.
No, I like the chorus a lot. I don't know why. Teenage Dream was really good. Pretty Isn't Pretty is really good. All American Bitch is a great intro. She knows how to intro her fucking projects. Because Brutal was her intro for the first one, and I'm like, it's brutal out here. Ba-na-na-na-na. Like it was high energy. Same with All American Bitch. I think it was the intro.
I have my 3 with her now. Looking at one.
Making the Bed was really good.
I think I have my 3.
What is it? I mean, if you already got it, I don't have it. I have to keep listening to it.
Number 1, landslide victory.
Challenge.
Right? Is The Grudge.
Okay, good pick. I have that on my ear too. It's got to be Making the Bed.
Logical grew on me. The chorus, I'm like, this is stupid. but then after I keep hearing it, I'm like, okay, no, this is really.
Oh, this is less.
And then Making the Bed is the 3rd.
I better say because that one's super strong in the writing.
At first, I'm like, what the hell's this chorus? And I'm like, it's not logical.
Not logical. Okay. And then you put your glasses further through your skull.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. Yeah, for Fave 5 songs of the year though, Something Real is gonna be up there by Post Malone. That energy and then the chorus singing in the background is too strong for me. Especially when I'm in the fucking. I don't think you liked it because we talked about it. You didn't even like it. I'm like, that's crazy for me. It automatically starts with high energy, dude, and then.
Oh no, it's not. I didn't even like it.
That's wild to me. When that comes on when I'm working out, I'm like, it's energy boost. Light a cigarette so I can breathe? What? That's wild to start a fucking song with. Give me something real. I need light a cigarette just so I can breathe. I'm like, what are you talking?
My number 1, I have 2 solidified for his. I just have to figure out the 3rd. It might be Chemicals is the 3rd one.
Okay, I was about to say Chemicals pretty strong. Too Cool to Die is cool. Speedometer is good.
That's one of the ones I liked. Too
Cool Morning was
Enough's Enough. I liked as well.
Oh, Enough is Enough is good too. Morning I thought was good. Texas T has a pretty cool basic instrumental, but it's a consistent one. So
my top 2 are definitely Hold My Breath and then Don't Understand and then probably Chemical, I had to say.
Oh, no, for me it's Something Real. Something Real, Laugh It Off, and Chemical.
Do you even have Hold My Breath or Don't Understand Hearted?
I
Those
just
things
like
are
those.
different.
Oh shit, that shit's be different right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's it for music. We talked about Omar's project. Oh, Bad Bunny's. Real quick, it's back. He's back to trap slash hip hop tracks on there. Was like one or two or three like for the club hit like dance hits and stuff like perreo kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he ends the project with one that's called un preview, and he's like, "Esto es pa un preview para que viene después," and it's just perreo. So he's I guess he dropped this as like a let me get in my hip hop and bring in some like other hip hop trap reggaetoneros or whatever in as featuring, and then he gave us that last track. But like, I'll be back with the dance shit like I did earlier this year or last year with the what was his other one the beach one called the last project. Oh my god.
Uh,
Give me a sec. I'll find out. I just forgot.
it's in my head. I can see it.
Un verano sin ti with the heart in the middle.
I was just about to say that entire thing.
Oh my bad, dude. It sounds like he's gonna go back to that by the way he ended this one. But even though like there's some, he sounds good with hip hop and trap music. Like he knows his voice is like a, you know how you like what is it Swaley's easy chorus plugin?
Yeah, he's Game Shark.
Yeah, like Bad Bunny can fit in almost everything. From this previous album, like he was in a song with the Marias that was fantastic. That's one of my personal favorites from that track. He's got range. He can fit anywhere. He can
EP was
adapt.
good. The Maria's EP, I think was last year, was good. Whoever hasn't heard it,
I
or
might
the year before, sometime in the 2020s it came out.
sometime. Okay, sometime. Damn, that's wild. That's
They have a single though.
Yeah.
See Me Boy.
and so does Cannons. They have 2 singles out now. So Cannons is
I
probably
don't
gonna
like the
drop.
newest one.
You don't?
No.
Oh, well, they're dropping.
They have 3 singles.
Oh, am I missing one then? Hold on.
They have Loving You,
Loving You.
Desire, and then the one that came out recently. I'm like,
Oh, Crush.
That
It's-
one was no.
I'm sorry. There's 4.
What?
Yes, there's Loving You, Desire, Bad Tattoo, and Crush.
I guess I didn't give a shit about Bad Tattoo. Or I don't think I heard it. I don't think I heard it.
So I'm sure their album is imminent. They already have 4 singles out. So that's coming in soon. That's it. I got it from music. I think that comes up that I checked out. I've been looking at like it's online googling what are like popular albums, so I can just start discovering and looking, maybe find new artists and stuff. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I might. Like I haven't searched yet, but I'm going to search like what's been popping so far, in terms of like the public, what the public think is popping.
Oh.
Not
I'll
like
say if you
journal.
want- If you want gym music, if you want goddamn gym music, listen to Paris, Texas. It's like rock rap. It's like a trap rock rap.
Okay.
Like emo trap rock.
Look, you hit me with like 6 different genres. Just
It's at least entertaining. I don't know if you heard Daniel Caesar's album, but it was okay. It happened.
I may have.
Listen to Terrace Martin Fine Tune.
Okay.
It's like jazzy instrument. It's jazz mixed with current R&B, and then if you like it, he has a EP with James Fauntleroy. There's 2 songs that I like called Online Shopping and Witchcraft.
Okay.
But yeah, listen
Slaps?
to Fine Tune first.
Okay.
Yeah, Angel approves.
Okay.
I sent it to him.
Sick. I'll check it out. Terrence Mann. What else can we talk about here? Movies. Did I watch anything?
I haven't seen a movie since Oppenheimer.
Jesus, are you serious?
I think I'm serious.
That was summer. That's like 4 months ago. Holy shit, dude. Okay, let me see what I've seen. Let me see my history real quick, just to make sure. Oh, I'll have a review for you guys next week on Mike Flanagan's newest show, the Fall of the House of Usher. I've been a huge Mike Flanagan fan here publicly. If you haven't seen Midnight Mass, yeah, thank you. That's perfect, actually. If you haven't seen Midnight Mass, if you haven't seen The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, not
Haven't seen
any of that. I mean, he does horror slash thriller the way I like, which is just it's mostly thriller, and there's minimal jump scares, but when he does it, it's effective, right? Like
Uh,
it's awesome.
that's the guy who did the show with the guy that was in Legion with the half burnt face.
He did a show with the half burn.
He's like a preacher. Like something's happening in this town.
Yes, that's Midnight Mass.
You have to watch it still.
That show, I love that show. It was really good. And now this is a new show with a lot of the same cast. He's like Adam Sandler, where he has like a group of people and he just keeps reusing for different parts. But now he added Mark Hamill, and he's playing Mark Hamill, and this one is playing like the type of character that what's his name from Breaking Bad, Mike, where he's like their lawyer, but he takes care of shit. So it's Mark Hamill. Yeah, like Saul, like
He said
Mike.
Oh,
His name is Mike, right? The cop, the old cop from Breaking
wait,
Bad.
who are you saying he's like? The lawyer or Mike?
In this show, he plays the family lawyer, but he also
Okay.
does other stuff for the family. Now,
Okay,
he's like Mike from Breaking Bad slash Better Call
that's my
Saul.
guy.
It is cool to see Mark Hamill not do like the Joker voice, and like he's still has like a rap. Like it's everyone's on fire in this show so far in a good way. I'm like halfway through it. I said I was gonna review it next week. I'm already reviewing. I'm already like halfway through it. I'm loving it. So, and it's cool. So well, I'll let you guys know the ending. Castlevania we saw. I already talked about that. We talked about Loki. I rewatched Coraline. I think that's what I was gonna talk about last week because I
I've
haven't
never
seen it.
seen it.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm like, let me just rewatch it. Fucking excellent, dude. Leica
seen
is so good. Did you end up watching Kubo?
No.
Okay, so Leica's the stop motion act people, pretty much. They're the stop motion people at this point. 'Cause I don't think anyone else is still doing stop motion. It's always Leica, unless I'm missing something. It's awesome. It looks great. It's fantastic. I like what it looks creepy when you go into the other dimension, I guess, whatever you want to call that they were doing. And the animation is just fantastic. The storytelling's cool. It's just awesome. So, aged well. If you haven't seen Coraline, watch it. If you've already seen it, it might be time to rewatch it again, especially it's Halloween time. So, that's all I think for movies. I don't think I've watched anything else. I already talked about Mission Impossible, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know it was like 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. Awesome. Great action. I mean, Tom Cruise likes to do everything in real life because he wants to get as close as possible to death. It shows, right? Like, action sequences are awesome. They added Haley Atwell to the cast and fits like a glove. Great chemistry with Tom and the rest of the cast. Like, great writing for her. Witty. There's funny chase sequences with her trying to drive away because she's not really like a spy or whatever. She's like a thief. So she's trying to get away during one of Tom's chases, and it's like her crashing into stuff. It's really funny stuff. Good chase sequences, and that's about it. And then they also had, I hope is a nod to Uncharted 2. There's a train sequence, and they pulled it off. It was nailed by, like, it was a great sequence. So I'm like, God damn, how are they getting through this? Suspenseful, I guess, or thrilling, whatever you want to call it.
He would be a decent Nathan Drake, Tom Cruise.
I'm all, yeah, because then now his stunts for the Uncharted movie would be fantastic. It wouldn't be full of just fucking CG everywhere. He'd be like, yeah, I actually want to jump off a plane, and while things are flying out of the back of it. That would be awesome if he did. I just don't know if he's interested in doing that.
I mean, time's running out.
I think he's going to be doing it until he dies on set. I think that's the way he's making these crazy over the top sets, like set pieces. I'm like, this guy's just gonna continue to do it until he's over. Like,
It's probably in his clause. Like, if I die on set, rewrite the story so it fits.
yeah, yeah, that'll be the surprise twist for that last movie. This is how it was supposed to end, but he died. He said he wanted to end this way if he died, so this is how it goes. That's badass, actually. I wish people did that.
I mean,
Actually, I don't wish.
Evil basically did that.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if I wish people did that. I'm gonna take that back. That would be a new thing. Like, I'm like, oh, that's wild that we're doing this. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I think that's it, peeps. Unless you guys have anything else. Uh, pretty eventful. A bunch of digestion here. I'll have more next week. I'll confirm if the fall of the House of Usher, I think it is called.
I didn't even know Usher's house fell.
What?
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 I didn't even know Usher's house fell.
I did. We're right on top of him. And if I knew a lot of his songs, I'd make a joke about one of the song titles right now. But I don't. So I'm not. All I know is Confessions right now. And Say Yeah. So I guess he said yeah as it was falling. I don't know.
You should have said he was safe because he was in this club.
Nice. That was
No,
really
but
good.
I'm just assembled uniquely. The thing about me is I'm just young.
Yeah, you just him.
Yeah, they call me him Carey.
Damn. I need that. If anyone's listening, I need you guys to use AI and just put Jim Carrey thugged out in the Supreme and say his name is him Carrey.
I want you to put him Carries and it's just him with a bunch of guns.
Okay, I'm with that. That's even better. Thank you for that. And there you go. A simple prompt for you guys.
I need Courage, the cowardly dog, with like Pog face. So it's like Courage, the cowardly Pog.
That can go two ways, bro. You can get a
I-
fat
I-
ass Courage
I
the
want a fat-ass
Cowardly.
Courage, and I want the emote.
You might get two different types of images, bro. You might have to put a filter on there if you're gonna put this on live TV. That's fantastic.
Either one. I accept either one.
That's fair. And on that note, peeps, we are out. Thank you guys for watching, listening, both. Make sure to share, download, like, comment, rate up, rate down, doesn't matter. Any press is good press here. And we'll be back next week with more shenanigans. Goodbye.